Raw versus cooked vegetables. It seems like it should be a pretty simple health question, right? But believe it or not, this is a huge debate. And the answer, well, it is way more surprising than you'd think. I mean, we've all heard it a million times, haven't we? Eat your veggies raw. It's better for you. The logic is that the less you do to the food, the more of the good stuff stays in. And on the surface, that makes a lot of sense. But what if that's not the whole picture? What if that super healthy raw salad you're eating is actually making you feel, well, kind of awful? Gastroenterologists are actually seeing this all the time. For some of us, all that raw food could be doing more harm than good. So let's get into why that is. Okay, so first up, let's talk about your gut. This is really ground zero for the whole debate. It all comes down to digestion and how your body actually breaks this stuff down. And the main character in this part of the story is something called insoluble fiber. Think of it like the skeleton of the plant. It's the tough, stringy stuff. Now, it's not all bad, but for your digestive system, it can be like trying to chew through rope. And this is where it gets really interesting. Look at the difference here. When you eat raw veggies, all that tough fiber can really wreak havoc if you have a sensitive stomach. We're talking gas, bloating, the whole shebang. But when you cook them, wow. The heat basically does the first part of digestion for you. It softens everything up, making it so much easier for your body to handle. It's a total game changer. So if you're someone who deals with a sensitive gut or maybe something like IBS, take a look at this list. Gastroenterologists say that for these specific veggies, just a little bit of steaming or light cooking can make an enormous difference. You get all the good stuff without feeling miserable afterwards. Okay, so digestion is one huge piece of the puzzle. But that's not all. Let's talk about the nutrients themselves. Because there's this big myth that cooking just destroys everything. It's a lot more complicated than that. It's really a fascinating trade-off. On one hand, yes, heat can break down some of the more delicate vitamins, like vitamin C. That's true. But on the other hand, and this is the part we often miss, that same heat acts like a key. It unlocks the plant's tough little cell walls, releasing these amazing antioxidants that your body would have a really hard time getting to otherwise. Check this out. Tomatoes are the perfect example. You cook them, and suddenly the bioavailability of lycopene, that amazing antioxidant, goes through the roof. Same story with carrots. You want more of that beta-carotene? Cooking is your best friend. It's literally making the nutrients easier for your body to grab. Of course, how you cook is absolutely critical. It is not all created equal. Steaming is the undisputed champion here. It's fast, and it keeps the veggies out of the water. Boiling? Well, boiling is the worst. Think about it. All those good water-soluble vitamins are just leaching out into the water, which you then pour right down the sink. What a waste. All right, we've talked about digestion and nutrients, which is mostly about what's optimal. But now we need to talk about safety, because for some vegetables, this isn't a choice at all. Eating them raw isn't just a bad idea. It can be downright dangerous. So you're going to want to listen up because this is super important for not getting sick. A lot of plants have their own natural defense systems, basically little chemical weapons to stop bugs and animals from eating them. The problem is, some of those defenses can be toxic to us too. First on our list is a toxin with a crazy name, phytohemagglutinin. Don't worry, you don't have to remember how to say it. Just remember what it is. A nasty little lectin that you find in a lot of beans, especially red kidney beans. And trust me, you do not want to mess with this stuff. And get this, it's unbelievably potent. We're talking just 4 or 5 uncooked kidney beans can make you seriously ill. Vomiting, diarrhea, the works, it's no joke. But here's the good news. All you have to do is boil them properly. Just 10 minutes of a good rolling boil and that toxin is completely gone. Next on the list, colchicine. If you're a fan of those long, skinny enoki mushrooms, this one's for you. You absolutely have to cook them. When they're raw, they have this compound that your body literally turns into poison. Not good. And hey, even the common eggplant is on this list. It's got a toxin called solanine. You might have heard of it. It's the same stuff that makes green potatoes toxic. The amount in eggplant is way lower, but it can still give you a scratchy throat and an upset stomach if you eat it raw. A little heat, and poof, problem solved. And last but not least, we have oxalic acid. You find this in super healthy stuff like spinach. Here's the catch. This acid can actually grab onto minerals like calcium in your gut and stop your body from absorbing them. So you're eating this great source of calcium, but you're not actually getting it. The fix is easy though. A quick steam or blanching session reduces the oxalic acid and lets your body get to that calcium. Okay, so we've covered your gut, we've covered nutrients, and we've covered some pretty scary toxins. That's a lot. So what does this actually mean for you when you're standing in your kitchen trying to figure out what to do with that bunch of carrots? Well, the biggest takeaway is this: there is no one-size-fits-all answer. The goal isn't to just blindly follow a rule like raw is best. The goal is to get smart about it and ask the right questions for you and for the vegetable you're about to eat. So here's a super simple 3-step checklist you can use. Step 1. How does your gut feel? Listen to your body. If you get bloated after a big raw salad, that's a pretty clear sign to lean towards cooked veggies. Step 2. Know your vegetable. Is it on that danger list we just talked about? If so, you have to cook it. No exceptions. And finally, step 3. Choose your method wisely. If you decide to cook, remember to steam, not boil, to keep all that good stuff in. So when you think about it, this isn't about rules. It's about choices. It's about being empowered with the right information. You can look at a tomato or a carrot and make an informed decision based on what your body needs and what you want to get out of your food. So now that you know the real science behind it all, what are you going to make for dinner tonight?